Okay, let's go ahead and start.
Okay, we're gonna get started then. We're here today to discuss a zoning and land use update for the Orchard Lakes North Huron planned unit development. And we don't have any construction to talk about, but we do want to.
Would you introduce yourself?
Oh, that's right. Pardon me. Richard Martin with Concilium Design. On behalf of Orchard Lakes LLC, we're here to do a public meeting to get any comments for the project that we're currently working on. We'll start with our development review process. Amy?
Yes. I'm Amy Johnson. I am a senior planner at the City of Westminster, and I am just here to answer any questions about the development process tonight. Those of you at home will not be able to ask questions. But however, we will have contact information at the end for both myself and the applicant so that you can email us with any questions you may have. The development process we're looking at for the preliminary development plan application. And this is not actually a rezoning, I'm sorry, but that is an error. I just want to mention that. It's only a preliminary development plan amendment. We have already completed the first staff review. We're currently at the neighborhood meeting stage. After this meeting, if we get any input, the applicant will see if they can incorporate that input. Then they will submit revisions and we will have additional staff reviews as needed. After staff has completed their reviews, we will have a planning commission hearing and recommendation, and then finally a city council hearing and decision. If the project is approved, they will be able to proceed with an official development plan according to the uses that are approved on this preliminary development plan. There is also the potential that an official development plan may be able to begin before we get an approval here and go concurrently to public hearings. That's just one possibility. All right, that should do it for me.
And so everyone knows where this is located. As you can see here, it is adjacent to I-25 and Huron Street, south of 144th and north of 136th Avenue. With Huntington Trails neighborhood and Lexington neighborhood to the west. With this preliminary plan amendment, as Amy mentioned, it is not a zoning change, but our goal is to bring the property within the development in alignment with the zoning and land uses as approved in the City of Westminster 2040 comp plan. No construction is being proposed at this time. As you can see on the slide here, there is only one development that was done a few years back. That is an orthopedic center just south of the CHIC site, the Catholic Health hospitals. As far as zoning concerns, as Amy said, again, we're not changing that, but to articulate what's going on to the north, we have the commercial retail, hospital and medical offices. To the south, we have agriculture. On the east is the interstate, which is outside of the Westminster boundary. And to the west, we have residential. And that is demonstrated here on this slide, where we're looking at the north side, the far top of the slide here, where there's a blow up that shows the site, where we have the blue and the purple. The blue being the employment office and institutional campus, and the purple being the employment flex, as shown in the 2040 comp plan. In the current iteration of the preliminary development plan, we have the old allocations for land use being office, research and development, sport and commercial. And you will see that a lot of this stays generally the same, but the nomenclature changes. All of the areas and acreages do not change. So to align the property with the 2040 comp plan, we will be using the direct descriptions from the comp plan. And these are still aligned with professional offices, research and development labs, flexible office spaces, hotels, medical laboratories, and we'll get into what those mean here in just a moment. So for properties 4D North and 4D South, we also have some secondary uses as listed here. These are all in alignment, direct duplication of what's in our 2040 comp plan. And areas that are not going to be affected by this are also shown. So areas west of Orchard Parkway, which would be adjacent to Huron Street. This would be all employment flex, shown in purple here. What that would be similar to is the Church Ranch Corporate Center, Hart Center, Westmore, and limitations on manufacturing and screening and making sure that nothing is unsightly along the Huron corridor there. This shows a little bit more description on what we have, what is allowed in those areas on the west of the property. Where we're trying to keep the buildings lower as it transitions towards the interstate. Here on the east side of the property, you will see a lot more office institutional campus uses such as the hospitals, hotels, long-term care facilities. You know, this is similar to what you would find at St. Anthony's North and Circle Point. Some additional descriptions here where they're allowed to have larger buildings as you get closer to the interstate, so you have a comfortable transition of building heights. This is the PDP, the plan development, the PDP site plan, and this shows each individual parcel and the designation of land use. So on the right side of this screen would be the east, where we're talking about employment, the office institutional. And on the left side of the screen, on the other side of Orchard Parkway, in between Huron, would be the employment flex. This area is intended to promote and expand upon the employment corridor with retail, medical, and other institutional uses. And that does conclude our presentation. This is the time for questions and comments for anyone that's here.
And
our contact information.
since we do not have any external folks attending in person today, we'll just leave this up on the screen for those of you at home in case you want to reach out to either Amy or Richard at these contact points. And that will conclude the presentation for tonight. This will be posted on YouTube as well within the next few business days. Thanks for joining us.